Okay, so here's how we start our Pong game in Scratch. Now, the first thing we need to do is get rid of this cat over here on the right-hand side. So, say goodbye, cat. We go over here down to its sprite, which is down the bottom right, and we close that. That's gone. Now, we need to add a ball, since the game we're creating requires a ball. So we go over here to where this little cat face is and it says choose a sprite. So we're going to go up here and we're going to say choose a sprite where it says the little search thing. Click on that. And luckily for us, if we look across all of these sprites, there's one called ball. So I click on the ball. And there we go. I have a ball. Now that I have a ball, what I'm going to do is we need to make it move. Now, I could just shout at the screen, move, but that does absolutely nothing. So we need to give it a set of commands. So the first thing we're going to need is a trigger, something to tell it, something for it to get as a signal to tell it to do something. So what we do is we go to events. This is where our triggers are. We get when flag is clicked. When flag is clicked, do something. Now, if you remember from last year, from all these times I've told you already, the first thing we always need in a piece of code for an algorithm is repeat, something to keep it repeating. So I'm going to go down to control, and this is where I find my forever loop, because I want the ball to move forever or until I tell it to stop. So I grab the forever loop. Now I need to tell it to actually move. So if you look on the left-hand side here, everything's got a name. So for movement, I'd like to go to motion. So I go to motion, and I go, hey, move 10 steps. Awesome, that's move. So it moves. Now when I click the flag, it should, when flag is clicked, forever move. And there it goes, it moved to the other than the screen and stopped. It's not exactly what I'm going for. What I would like it to do is bounce around the whole room. So, but I haven't told it to do anything to that now. So luckily there's a piece of code that will help me do that. When I scroll down, I go, if on edge, bounce. So now I click and it's bouncing. It's going back and forth and back and forth. And now if we watch this forever, then it would continually be the exact same for another 24 days. But for our purposes, we need to change that a little bit. There are lots of ways to solve this problem, but one of the simpler ways to do it, and the way we're going to use today, is I'm just going to turn the ball. 15 degrees is obviously too much, about by 1 degree. This gives a little bit of a curve so that it looks a little bit more random. Okay, and now the ball is bouncing around the room.